Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. For generations, freedom has been the one star to follow, the one dream to pray for, the one passion to live for and to die for. Out of centuries of brutal repression of foreign rule, there arose a long, deep cry for freedom. There was a new breed of spiritual leadership. Mahatma Gandhi was but the face for the nameless 1,000 prophets of freedom and truth, molded by this era of trial. Freedom was not meant to be a mere strife of the sword, but a spiritual quest of non-violence, of peace, of equality, of human dignity, of service and sacrifice. A spiritual quest that would cost sweat, tears, and blood. We are here again to mark another Independence Day. A celebration that is a show of our might and our strength. A celebration of our freedom, of our security, of our independence. We are reaping the fruit of their labor. India, a great democracy, a nation committed to independence and development. Freedom is a cry of every heart. So, are we free indeed? Is this the heaven our prophets dreamt of? The dream our poets sang of? The freedom our fathers lived for?
For me, freedom is if there is no homework, and for teachers there is homework. For me, no uniform, but for teachers there is uniform. That's my freedom.
For me, freedom is peace. For me, freedom is like jumping up coconut trees, running around like a mad person, taking coconuts, banging on your head, and then taking ants and beetles and eating them, starting eating and all.
For me, freedom is that we go wherever we want. If we want to go for portrait, we can go wherever we want, and you don't need to ask our parents for their guide.
For me, freedom is slapping each other.
For me, the freedom is just to do whatever we want. When the principal comes to school, he have to wear some knickers and all and uniform. But for us, we can wear whatever we want.
For me, freedom is to have our own free will. We get to be hyperactive and do whatever we want.
No, I am not free because whenever my mother is cooking, she tells me to go and do your homework.
No, I am not free because I have to do my homework and I can't watch TVs because my father will shout at me and he will say, why are you watching TV? For no reason.
No, I'm not free because whenever I want to see cartoons, my mother never allows me. Even in my exam, if I want to see cartoons, my mother doesn't allow me. Even when there are holidays when I want to see cartoons, my mother doesn't allow me. So I'm not free.
No, I'm not free because when I want to eat ice cream, my mother tells me not to eat ice cream, chocolates and sweets. Yes, I am free because sometimes when my mother goes to sleep, I go out, I act mad, and sometimes I go outside and scream out the window and telling people some things. And sometimes when my mother is not looking, I go and I play my PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable. I break things around the house and throw them.
No, I am not free because when I am seeing any film, my mother tells me go and study.
Yes, I'm free in Jesus because wherever He is, I can get whatever I want, and that's why I'm free.
To be where He wants you to be. If He puts you in the street, if everything is taken from you and suddenly you find yourself in the street, to accept to be in the street at that moment. Not for you to put yourself in the street, but to accept to be put there. This is quite different. To accept, if God wants you to be in a palace, all right, to accept to be in the palace as long as you are not choosing to be in the palace. This is what makes the difference in total surrender, to accept whatever He gives and to give whatever He takes with a big smile. This is the surrender. To accept all the people that come, the work that you happen to do, to have today maybe you have a good meal and tomorrow maybe you have nothing. There is no water in the pump, all right. To accept. And to give whatever it takes. It takes your good name, it takes your health, it takes, yes. That's the surrender. And that is you are free then.
India's independence struggle is a parable of the power of the spirit. Not by human might nor by weapon power, but by the Spirit of the Lord. For where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Freedom is God's great desire for us. Jesus died that we might become children of freedom. Free to live, to serve, to celebrate, to fulfill this dream, this prayer for an India where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way, into the dreary desert sands of dead habit, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, into that heaven of freedom, my Father. Let my country awake.